Hello everyone! In the first video of this series, Report Form Basics, we talked about some general information about the annual TIF reporting process and discussed the first tab of the form, the Home tab. In this video, we are going to talk about the Overview and District Information tabs. If there's a particular section you have questions on, please use the video's timestamp navigation to skip ahead to the relevant topic. As a reminder, this video series is meant to be a supplement to the written instructions, not a replacement. So please refer to the written instructions if you have additional questions about a field in the form. Alright, let's get started. The Overview tab contains pre-populated information from our database about the district, including designations, key dates, and the most recent TIF plan budget. It's important that you review each line for accuracy. These fields are locked, so if any changes are needed, please provide correct information in the Comments tab of the form. The District Information tab collects information relating to special legislation, captured tax capacity, fiscal disparities, the 5-year rule, county error corrections, and decertification. Some information from past annual reports may be pre-populated into the fields. If so, please review for accuracy and make corrections as needed. And again, if a field is locked, you can provide corrected information in the Comments tab. Let's take a closer look at each section. Looking at line 1 under Special Legislation, if this is the first annual form filed for this TIF district, you will need to select Yes or No to identify if any special legislation was enacted for this district. If yes, complete an entire line for each special law with the year, chapter, article, and section. Do not add any spaces before or after the numbers. If no, skip line 2, which will be shaded gray. If you previously filed a TIF annual reporting form for this district, you may see that past legislation has been pre-populated from our previous records. Add any new special legislation on the next row in the table on line 2. The property tax values in the Captured Tax Capacity section relate to the current reporting year and should have been provided to you by the county. The fields will be populated with current year information that the counties reported to the Department of Revenue where available. These fields are not locked, so make entries and corrections as necessary, but make sure to communicate any corrections with your county so they can change the data on their end. For line 3, you will need to select Not Applicable if the district is decertified and/or is entirely tax exempt. Otherwise, select Applicable. Lines 4 and 5 are for the current net capacity and original net tax capacity for the district. Enter or verify the tax capacities of the property in the TIF district as certified by the county auditor. Note that certain activities can cause the original net tax capacity of a district to change. Line 6 is the captured net tax capacity. It is automatically calculated as the positive difference between the current and original net tax capacities, if any. Any negative differences mean that no value is captured, and it'll be shown as 0. Line 7 is related to districts in a fiscal disparity area. This may affect authorities located in the 7-county metropolitan area and certain counties located in the Iron Range. If the authority has elected option B, report or verify the amount of the TIF district's contribution to the fiscal disparity pool. If this doesn't apply to the district, or the municipality has elected option A, this line should say $0. If you have any questions about the fiscal disparity contribution, please contact the Department of Revenue's Property Tax Division. On line 8, enter or verify the portion of the district's captured net tax capacity that has been shared with other taxing jurisdictions, if any. An authority can choose to share a portion of captured net tax capacity rather than retain increment from the entire captured base, but this has been used very infrequently. The captured net tax capacity retained for tax increment financing is automatically calculated on line 9 as the remaining positive difference, if any. Negative differences will be shown as $0. The fiscal disparity section on line 10 is for districts that are in a fiscal disparities area and have chosen option A. Enter the total tax increase as computed on line 33 of the Department of Revenue's tax increase calculation under Fiscal Disparity Contribution Option A form, which can be found on the Department of Revenue's website. Any questions concerning the calculation should be directed to them. If the TIF district is a pre-1979 district, is not in a fiscal disparities area, or option B applies, this line will be grayed out. TIF districts with a certification request date after April 30th, 1990 are subject to the 5-year rule. A date may be shown on line 11 that is either 5, 8, or 10 years after the certification date of the district, but it will usually be 5 years. The exceptions may be due to extensions that were granted during the recession. There is more information in the written instructions if you would like to know more. If a date is shown, review lines 12 through 16 and determine if any of the actions occurred prior to the date reported on line 11. Refer to the written instructions for detailed description of these activities. If none of the actions occurred before the date, select No on line 11 and proceed to line 17. If one or more of the actions did occur, select Yes on line 11 and also select Yes for any of the activities that apply. TIF districts with certification request dates on or before April 30th, 1990 are not subject to the 5-year rule, and so no date will be shown on line 11. If this is the case, select Not Applicable and skip to line 17. The Statutory County Correction of Errors section on line 17 is related to correction of errors between a county and authority. This doesn't mean any error, just those that qualify under Minnesota Statute 469.177 Subdivision 13. It may include errors in the certification or decertification of TIF districts, or errors related to the computation of tax increment. This line is pre-populated with information provided by the county and is locked. But if you disagree with the selection, for example, if the county reported no and you believe there was a statutory correction of error, please make a comment on the Comments tab and let us know what the error was. In the decertification section, lines 18 and 19 will be populated and locked if decertification information was provided in prior years. On line 18, identify if the district has been decertified. If the answer on line 18 is no, skip line 19. If the answer on line 18 is yes, provide the date on which the TIF district was actually decertified. Please note that when a district is decertified, a confirmation of decertified TIF district form must be completed and submitted to the OSA. If the district is decertified prior to its statutory maximum duration, a copy of the resolution that decertified the district should also be provided. The form can be found on the OSA website. And that's it for the District Information tab. Before you move on, it is good practice to check the Home tab and make sure all the red messages for the District Information section say 0. If there are any red messages left, you will have trouble submitting the document when it is complete. Thank you for joining us. We hope you find this video series to be helpful when completing the TIF annual form. Please see our other videos about topics related to tax increment finance and other divisions of the Office of the State Auditor.